All right. Well, welcome everybody. How is your self-determination conference going so far? Having a good time? Awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming to our session. Be your own best self-advocate. My name is Christine Schultz. I work for TMG. We're an Iris consultant agency. And my colleague Joe is here as well. He also works for TMG. And we are very pleased to have you learn from Matt today about his strengths and obstacles that he overcame to be a better advocate for himself. So without further ado, we're going to turn it over to Matt. And it's kind of in a question answer format with Joe facilitating. And I hope you enjoy it.
Thanks. We're just doing like a little bit of a interview format with Matt. Just going to ask him a little bit about himself first. So Matt, when you're ready, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I live in Sussex, Wisconsin, a suburb near Milwaukee in Waukesha County. I lived there in Sussex my entire life.
Tell us about your family.
I have a mom, a dad, my older brother Kyle, my older sister Abby, and also have a beta fish, Bob, who can't eat.
And what do you like to do for fun, Matt?
I have two close friends, Tony and Nolan. I enjoy spending time with whenever I can. I love to bowl, play basketball, and especially love to play golf. I enjoy going up north to stay at a cabin with my family. I love watching movies. My favorite TV show right now is This Is Us. I love playing Mario Party on Nintendo Switch. I hope to buy a nice gaming laptop and an Oculus virtual reality headset in the future. Most of all, I love meeting new people.
Thanks, Matt. And now we just wanted to get into our first kind of subject is best buddies. Just talking with Matt, he's talked a lot about the fact that he's really enjoyed being in the Best Buddies program. He got involved when he was in high school, and he credits being involved with Best Buddies for building a lot of skills that helped him be a better self-advocate. So first, Matt, wanted to ask, what is the Best Buddies program?
The Best Buddies is a national program that pairs together people with IED and people without IED in a friendship. The Best Buddies pairs get together once a month to do fun things, and they attend club activities together. I enjoy doing lots of activities with my best buddies, including attending the high school sports games, going out to dinner, going bowling, and going to the movies. I enjoy attending the Brewer games with my best buddy and attending the annual Best Buddies dance. I belong to the Wisconsin chapter. They have an office in Wauwatosa that I go to.
And can you tell us a little bit about how you got involved in Best Buddies when you were in high school and a little bit more about your Best Buddies experiences?
Sussex Hamilton started a Best Buddies chapter during my freshman year of high school. I received an email that they were accepting applications for a person with disabilities to join the Best Buddies chapter leadership team. I applied and I was interviewed to join the team, and I was eventually chosen to be the Best Buddies director, and I was actually involved in meetings and planning with the Best Buddies at Sussex Hamilton through all 4 years of high school. During this time, I feel that I developed an important leadership skill that gained confidence in my abilities. The confidence and leadership skills I gained with the Best Buddies led me to succeed at the jobs I currently work at today. During my senior year of high school, I was paired with Abby, the president of a Best Buddies chapter. After meeting each other through the Best Buddies program, we became really good friends, and eventually our families got to know each other very well. She sadly came down with leukemia right before school started that year. I learned how to be a supporter in the buddy friendship. I recalled calling, texting, and encouraged Abby while she was in treatment. I attended the annual Best Buddies Conference in Indiana with my Best Buddies partner when I was a junior in high school. It was the first time I traveled without my parents. The conference draws in an international audience and is live streamed online. At the conference, I met many people from around the world, including Anthony Schreiber, the founders of Best Buddies. Fun fact, during my senior year of high school, I received an academic award in the mail was signed by President Trump.
And Matt, can you tell us a little bit about the Best Buddies Champion of the Year event?
The Champion of the Year is a yearly gala to raise money for the Best Buddies Wisconsin. The first year it occurred in Wisconsin, I was chosen to be the keynote speaker. I talked about how my high school life would have been much different without the involvement of the Best Buddies program. I would not have made as many friends or had many activities to do. My speech brought tears to many of people in the audience.
And I think you were also featured in a video clip at last year's Champion of the Year event, which highlighted your employment with Kessler's Diamonds, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Sounds like Kessler's even donated a necklace for the fundraiser because of your involvement. And you told me as well that you continue to volunteer at the Champion of the Year event every year. Now, Matt, could you tell us a little bit more about the yearly Best Buddies Friendship Walk and your involvement in that walk?
Because I have so many positive impact by the Best Buddies, their mission, my goal is to give back to the program so that it can continue to be positive influence in the lives of others. I'm proud to say that I have been the top personal fundraiser for the annual Best Buddies Walk for the past 4 years. Last year, I struggled to get donations, so I went online and Googled the best ways to fundraise. And I continued to email people, text people, and reach out at work until eventually a few weeks before the walk, I met and exceeded my fundraiser goal.
Now, Matt, we'll talk a little bit about some of his employment experiences. So Matt's previously talked to us about the fact that his involvement with Best Buddies kind of led to him having some really interesting employment experiences. Matt, you're currently employed at Kessler's Diamonds, and I see you're wearing a Kessler's Diamonds shirt as well. Tell us a little bit about that, how you got the job.
I participated in the Best Buddies job program. I got a call from the job coordinator telling me that Kessler Diamonds was interested in hiring someone from Best Buddies. I immediately made it clear that I was very interested and went to Kessler's for a job interview. The next week, I was hired on the spot. At that time, I was also working for the Milwaukee Brewers through the Best Buddies job program, but eventually chose to leave that job and stay working at Kessler's for long term.
And could you talk a little bit more about Kessler's? What do you do at Kessler's for work?
Every day is a little different. I help prepare different types of orders, make up UPS boxes, and go out on a daily carry run delivering items to our different stores, Once I went to an Appleton store. The manager allowed me to make a sale. I work 8 to 12 hours a week. One of my favorite job duties is that at the end of the day, I was told to make sure to stop and talk with everyone, each of my coworkers. It brightened their day and mine. In doing this, I made a friendship with a new coworker in our IT department who was super quiet and didn't say much when he started. But now he came out of his shell and he's talking more. I feel that setting at Kessler's allowed me to be social with my coworkers, which it makes a more enjoyable place to work. I work with Jeff, who is a retired police officer working part-time at Kessler's. We have become really good friends.
Thanks, Matt. And now I wanted to talk about your other job, one that you really enjoy, Inclusion Coffee. Could you start by telling us a little bit about how you heard about the job at Inclusion Coffee?
I was on Facebook and I saw a social media post from Inclusion Coffee Company advertising the coffee shop. I immediately told my mom about the shop and how I really wanted to work there.
And Matt, how did you pursue the job, apply, and get hired?
My mom drove me to Inclusion Coffee Company and I introduced myself to the owner, Mackenzie. I told her that I would have loved to work there, and I continued going to the shop almost every day. I would talk to Mackenzie and all the staff, including social media Steve, who's a big part of Inclusion Coffee. I continued to tell them how much I wanted to work there. After 2 months, I got the call I was hoping for. I interviewed with Mackenzie, got the job. That was one of the happiest days of my adult life.
And Matt, can you tell us a little bit more about your job at Inclusion Coffee? What do you do there?
I do everything. That is what I love about Inclusion Coffee Company. I worked the drive-through and the front register. I prepare the food orders and make the drinks. I can help clean the shop, and sometimes I close the shop along with other coworkers. One of my favorite things about working there is that I get to talk with the customers. I've gotten to know many of them. Another thing I enjoy about the job that Mackenzie invites me to most of the events she is invited to present at, or she is a vendor at. I get to present along with her or just hang out at events and sell our coffee, food, and meet people. I love being a part of these special events, and I always have a lot of fun at them.
And Matt, your employment at Inclusion Coffee led to an experience where you actually got to be on a TV show. Can you tell us about your experience with Project Pitch It? What is Project Pitch It?
Project Pitch It is a local TV show similar to Shark Tank. Mackenzie put in an application for Inclusion Coffee Company, and we were invited to appear on the show. She asked me and our coworker to go on the show with her to pitch our business plan. Our pitch was to grow the business by purchasing a mobile coffee truck. Being on TV was a very fun experience. They even did our makeup prior to filming, so we all looked perfect. Inclusion came in second place, and we were awarded $10,000 after filming a part of the show. We were also put aside and interviewed by a local news station.
Thanks, Matt. And then lastly, besides your employment, you continue to be involved with an organization called Journey 21. Would you want to talk about what Journey 21 is and what you do with them?
Journey 21 was created by 3 local Wisconsin moms for adults over 21 with IED. The program offers all sort of local outings to sporting events, plays, craft fairs. They also have cooking classes, sports activities, and monthly lunch group activities for people to go out and socialize with each other. The newest activity I'm attending is a robotics class that partners with the Arrowheads High School robotics team. It is the first of its kind offered in Wisconsin. I love it. I got to talk with the robotics coach, and I may have the opportunity to go to the high school and help with the club.
And lastly, Matt, I just wanted to ask you what your plans were for the future. Is there anything that you would like to do? What are you looking forward to trying?
I just met a person from the company called Mindshift when I was at the conference presenting with Inclusion Coffee. They specialize in finding tech jobs for people with IED. There were many interesting jobs available, such as tech support, coding, using machines that make computer chips. I love small engines and I am very tech savvy, so a tech job might be something I choose to pursue in the future.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. I just wanted to point out too, Matt's talked about his love of, tearing things apart and, building them back together and just, he seems to be very mechanically inclined, and he even has a tattoo on his left forearm. I don't know if you want to show people, but it's a piston crossed with a wrench, which I thought was very cool. So that pretty much concludes our interview for Matt, and we just kind of wanted to open this up for questions for the audience. If someone has some specific questions about Matt's experiences or the programs he was involved with, let me get right to you.
So with both part-time jobs, about how many hours a week are you working?
Maybe 20 hours a week, up to 25 hours a week too.
Sorry, I broke my leg, so everything hurts.
So for best buddies, who was your buddy? Is it another person in high school or an adult?
For the time I was within a high school member that she passed away now, no longer with me anymore. She was my very best friend in my high school years and hope to join the citizen program soon.
I don't really have a question. I just have a comment. I think you have done some amazing things in your life, and most people can't even say that they've had such an interesting life and had so many cool experiences. So congratulations to you. I'm really proud of you, and keep going.
Any other questions? I'm going to check the Zoom here if there's any. I don't think so.
All right, so that pretty much concludes Matt's advocacy session. I just wanted to say, Matt just, to me, just seems like an individual who just really kind of lives without fear. He's not afraid to put himself out there and really take chances. And he's also someone that really seems to follow his passions and lean into them. So it's clearly led to a lot of success in his life. And we're just hoping that you all take, take any lessons that you can from his experiences. And thank you all very much for joining us today.